Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Manny be investing, and we have a general Cardano video here, general crypto video. There's been a lot of drama, a lot of people attacking Wendy0 crypto, I believe her name is. I've got videos about her in the past. I kind of shared my thoughts. I kind of moved on. If you guys want to put your faith in these influencers, quote unquote journalists that seem to believe that they own the space and they're the ones that we should pay attention to, and not the actual builders, not the smart people, the mathematicians, the founders of projects who actually put the work in, then that's up to you if you want to do that, and you're free to do that. You know, I don't have an opinion either way, but let's take a look at what has gotten everybody so up in arms. Let's look at the segment on Coinbase, or CoinDesk rather. Backstory: Charles Hoskinson said that he was looking at maybe buying CoinDesk because he's just not a big fan of journalism in the space. I'm not a fan of journalism anywhere. It just seems to be a bunch of vain, narcissistic people that believe, again, that they own the space and we're their subjects. These are not people that I would follow or trust. These are not people that I would put my faith in to build anything. What do they know about blockchain technology? What have they created? What GitHubs are they working on, are contributing to? What protocols are they launching? None. They're just people talking on the internet just like me. But I seem to grasp these concepts, but they can't for whatever reason. But, you know, let's go ahead and listen to it.
Ooh, we get to talk about one of my favorite founders in crypto. Anyways, Cardano network quickly recovers after brief node outage. The Cardano network stalled for about 2 minutes yesterday.
All right. What she's saying is not aligning with what even CoinDesk's article says. A short-lived outage that affected over 50% of the network was automatically solved within minutes on Sunday. So there was a brief node outage. The network didn't go down.
And the bug was automatically fixed within minutes, which is very, very impressive, because you guys remember when Solana went down and how detrimental that was? Everybody was talking about it. It was a big drama. Well, Charles H. said the network self-healed. He said they haven't found the exact trigger that caused the stall, but it self-healed, and some devs called it an unexpected shutdown, but said all nodes were restarted automatically. Zach, I actually want to throw this over to you.
Not all nodes, the nodes that were affected.
Is this a centralized project? I mean, considering that it went down and nobody knows why it went down, but
what does that have to do with centralization or decentralization? The fact that only half the nodes were affected is what decentralization is. Everybody doesn't go down together. They're decentralized. They're scattered. These are the basics.
it kind of went down, and like it was a big drama, and like, but then it self-healed. Like, what does that even, like, what does that mean? Like, I can't nature self-heal, but block, like, please explain this to me.
Thank you for your question, Wendy. I will not be answering it directly at this time. I just want to talk about how Charles Hoskinson said that he could buy CoinDesk if he wanted to at $200 million because he's rich.
That's why they're covering this. They don't like Charles.
Emphasis on the if he wanted to.
Yeah, and they're firing him. Absolutely, you people would not have a job at CoinDesk if Charles purchased it. If I purchased it, I would fire you guys immediately.
That's the subtext of all that. It's simply amazing. So anyway, hey, Cardano.
Hey, at least they're self-aware.
No, it's doing its thing. It lives on. It has a big figurehead and a big community of people who care about it. What are the technical underpinnings of this network? Unclear to me, but
we know.
Obviously, it continues on and looks to support dApps into the future. So yeah, good thing. It's self-healed. It's back. It's back online. Fantastic. I just want to talk about Charles and that video that he made that made a couple headlines in Bloomberg and other outlets who just ate that right up. That's all I got to say. I'm going to pass it to Will. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say ballsy of you, Wendy, to bring up a Cardano story that's not super positive, right? When Charles was floating that idea around, we're going to be on the chopping block if you keep that up. I think for the self-healing stuff, you got to talk about is it's more or less like nodes restart themselves if there's an issue, and then they just go back to like a different block header or chain state root, that kind of thing. I don't know like the exact technical term, but basically you just like turn it off, turn it back on, and keep rolling. A lot of different chains have these sort of things, and they use them for good reason, because a lot of these different networks, Cardano, Ethereum, Solana, they're pretty complicated, right? It's not like a Bitcoin node that just like takes a block every 10 minutes and keeps chugging along. You don't really need to do anything with a Bitcoin node. You can dust it off every once in a while, but it's there, it's online, it's not going to go down. You get some of these more complex networks, and sometimes you even have to use like a server room.
Well, they're complex because they do something besides just exist. Bitcoin's function is to just exist. Cardano runs applications. It has smart contracts. There's lots of stuff going on. Proof of stake networks in general, all, you know, second and third generation blockchains, for the most part, are more featured than first generation, with a few exceptions, of course.
You have to go all the way up to getting like a tier 3, tier 4 server with high input to output. You have to get like really good internet bandwidth. You have to have really good server storage. You have to have good RAM, all that sort of stuff. So it gets complex fast, and that's where you see this stuff.
That's not the case with Cardano. Cardano doesn't really require a lot of high-end hardware to run. That's one of the beautiful things about it.
With like the self-healing, right, where you need to be able to like turn this machine back on and off automatically. So is it like some sort of like brand new revelation within crypto, the fact that they're able to do this? No, it was not. Is it important? Yes, it is, because Cardano is trying to be like a little bit more than Bitcoin. It's trying to be even more than Ethereum. They're doing like a lot of different technical things on top of it. I'm pretty bearish on the idea, because I think the project is taking a very long time, but that is their roadmap. So I think we just leave that technical part there. But I'll throw it down to Jen. Get your thoughts on
brave
that.
of you.
Well, what? Hold on. What's she oohing about?
So I think we just leave that technical part there. But I'll throw it down a lot of different technical things on crypto. The fact that they're able to do this, no, it was not. Is it important? Yes, it is, because Cardano is trying to be like a little bit more than Bitcoin. It's trying to be even more than Ethereum. They're doing like a lot of different technical things on top of it. I'm pretty bearish on the idea, because I think the project is taking a very long time, but that is their...
You're bearish because it's taking a long time. These are the people that like the rush through development. Just put it together and throw it out there, and then as it breaks and everyone loses their money, that means that it's good and that you're working on something. Taking your time designing and testing something is apparently bad to these people. But again, this is why I say, these are your leaders. These are your champions. These people.
The roadmap. So I think we just leave that technical part there. But I'll throw it down to Jen. Get your thoughts on
brave
that.
of you.
Well, we'll simplify this for me. You know, the Cardano army is out here really implying that this shows resilience of the network. Is that what we should take away from this?
Yes. Like what? What did you want to happen? Did you want the network to crash?
No, you should not take that away from it. I mean,
why? Explain why we shouldn't take that away.
Happens, like chains fork, chains go offline for a little.
No, Cardano doesn't fork on its own. That's not what happened. That's what you're saying. Chains fork. Yeah, bad chains fork. If you have an unexpected fork, that's bad.
A little bit. You don't want to see a chain ever go offline. And to be fair,
it didn't go offline.
It was only like 50% of nodes. It wasn't like 100% of nodes. But you don't want to see something like this. This is why Bitcoin doesn't really change very often.
Yeah, Bitcoin's boring and doesn't do anything, and eventually will get passed up.
Because the more you have this, the more centralized your network is. You have to push updates to people, and that means that you could have more like technical debt, or you could have infiltration, those sort of things.
No.
I mean, I think this story is like, it's more of a nothing burger than a danger sign. But, you know, we got to bring it up because Charles was talking about CoinDesk. So.
Boom. At least he's honest. The only reason why they're even talking about this is because Charles said he was thinking about buying CoinDesk, and they're mad.
Zach, put it back up to you.
No, I gotta say something. I gotta say something. This is the thing. If we don't have fun with this story, then it's not real news. We can't be like regular mainstream media. We have to talk about things. We have to challenge people. We have to ask these types of questions.
You have to know what you're talking about, though.
Wouldn't be fun, you know? But as far as it goes, like, I do like Cardano. I like that it's
you like the people in Cardano. You like all of the simps and you like taking money from them. That's what you like about Cardano.
Affordable. I like that you can do NFTs on it. I like that there's, they're actually starting to build stuff out, and I've got some Cardano NFTs. So I think that this is kind of a good story to see that the network had a little bit of problems. It shut down. It was able to.
It didn't shut down. Why does she continue to keep saying it shut down when the other people on the show said it didn't?
To restart soon, and they handled it very, very well within like 2 minutes. So I think that that's a positive aspect, and I kind of just wanted to throw that out there. Zach, you can go ahead and take it, and don't be scared to let your voice roar.
We're gonna get flamed online.
Zach's
hey,
never
I got
to
nothing.
I like the Cardano army.
He's smart. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't understand how it all works, so he's just staying quiet. You can report on the story as is. You can throw your comments in there. That's fine. But don't speak like you're an authority. Don't act like you know what you're talking about when you're completely wrong. The network didn't restart. Literally, the CoinDesk story says that, and she continues to say that the network stopped and restarted when it didn't.
I like him.
No, I mean, to the Cardano's credit, slow and steady may win the race, right? If we're in the early innings of the blockchain revolution, and Charles,
I don't know if you guys are developers or have developed anything or worked on a technical project, rushing through it and just throwing something out is not the way to do or build anything, let alone technology. Guy in the bottom left seems to believe just throwing things against the wall is the way to develop a new generation of technology, and it just isn't.
Charles is out here saying slow and steady, peer review, academic intensive. We want to do it right. Then more power to them. And maybe this is an indicator that there's some success to that approach, right? Will, I think you mentioned the slow timeline that Cardano has always been sort of associated with. And part of that is by design. And maybe they're waiting it out, waiting till, mass market interest comes back for them to roll out their next big surprising reveal. And that's fine. I mean, I think we talked about Aptos previously, right? We talk about all these different base layers that are out there that are looking to support various applications, and each going about that in a different way, but whether that's technologically or business development approach, you name it, right? These are all potentially answers to, different answers, different reasonable answers to the same questions. So I think that's what we talk about when we talk about all L1s and sort of this, I wouldn't say war or competition, but obviously within the marketplace, all these networks are jockeying for developer attention and therefore user attention down the line, regardless of price. So anyway, it's always worth checking.
I like that one. I like his take.
And then on Cardano, Aptos, new chains, old chains. It's what we do here. That's all I got.
What you should
We're going to take
do.
a break. We're going to go, I think, to South America after this break. We're going to talk about Argentina and Brazil.
All right. So that was it. People got all up in arms. People actually started going out and attacking. I don't think that all that was necessary. I mean, I don't care. I mean, I'm gonna look at the story. I'm gonna talk about the story here. I'm not gonna go to Wendy's page and start harassing her, saying things about her. I mean, the worst thing that could possibly happen to her is she just comes across this video, which I doubt she ever will. Just like the other ones that I've made that had something about her in it. It is what it is. These are journalists. They do what they do. They're here for different reasons than why we are here. And in CoinDesk, they've got a little chip on their shoulder when it comes to Charles, and of course they'll use their platform to try to attack the community, and that's what mainstream media does. And that's why Charles talked about possibly buying him. I don't know if he has the money or if it's even remotely feasible for him to do, or if it's the right thing for him to do. But that idea really rubbed them the wrong way. But that's all I've got. Again, the network didn't restart. Some of the nodes dropped and they self-healed, and they released a minimal update to fix the problem. And we're moving on. And that's that. So how do you feel? Let me know in the comment section, but hit that like, hit the share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.